Hello everyone and welcome back to another FZR F2 League Racing video. Today it's round 3 around Belgium, but as you can see there is rain expected in the sprint and the feature race, so we had to compromise our setup a little bit. But into qualifying now, into turn 1, a really tricky corner for me. I always seem to lock up the rears or get a really bad exit. It's not that bad this time around, luckily. Onto the hill. Easy flat out, even in the F2 cars. Trying to steer as little as possible. Not to scrub off any speed. Really revving out 5th gear, because it just gives way more power than 6th. Into the first couple of corners now. Really good on the lines. We're gonna take it safe, of course, because it's only one shot quali and we don't need the pole points. We don't need those two. We just need to have a good, consistent result since we're leading the championship by so much already. We have just been absolutely on it in the races, and as you can see, a little bit of time left there. I definitely could have carried a bit more speed, but it's still a very solid lap. Into the end part of sector 2 now. Still quite good, decent speed, but it's just not as much as we should be carrying if we were really going to go for pole. But once again, this wasn't needed. Into the final sector now, it's just a really long straight with the bus stop at the end. Really tricky to get it in there without spinning it on the brakes and without spinning it on the traction. As you can see, we almost spin it, that at least lost us a tenth. But we had a good exit at least. And now onto the line, as you can see, we got P3, we didn't get pole, but we're really close at the front. Into the sprint race now. It's gonna be mediums till the end, as always on the sprint race. No pit stops, 5 red lights, and away we go. We get a decent start. It's not the best ever, but it's certainly not bad. We're gonna look for the gap around the outside, but Reembees closes it, and then he weirdly goes, which gives us a lot of space. We get a good exit since we're on the outside, and now we're gonna try and slot in behind Nanu. Up the hill, but they lift for some reason, and this gives me a warning because it kind of puts me off and I don't know where to go. And then all of a sudden we're 4 wide. Luckily the car on the right backed out, and as you can hear, Jensen was surprised that we were 4 wide. We were still 3 wide, so we just sent it as deep as we can without touching the Invicta car. We still kind of hit him, but it's not that bad. We have to be careful, leave the space, which gives Ben Huskins on the outside a gap. We don't want to brake too late because we could be running into the Invicta of Jake. We're still side by side, incredible racecraft from both of us, and we're gonna hang it around the outside. Ben gave us just enough space, and that is, as you can hear me say, I really wanted him to back out because that was a dangerous corner to go for. Talking about dangerous, we are immediately going on the attack again, down the inside, turns to the outside. We're gonna just about leave him enough space, but he taps our rear anyways. But it doesn't matter. We got the position. We got another track limit warning though, so we're on 2 warnings already. Which means we're gonna be having to go really careful for the rest of this sprint race. They don't carry over to the feature race, luckily, because otherwise we would have been in really big trouble. Behind our teammate now. Into the bus stop. Can we do anything? No, we're just slightly too far back. As you can hear Jensen talk about how far behind he is. But our teammate gets a really bad exit. So are we gonna go for the move here? Yes, we are. We're gonna send it down the inside, easy on the brakes, rotate the car, and have a good exit. And as you can see, we pull away from our teammate quite a bit into the slipstream of the car in P1. This has been a really successful opening lap. A lot of positions gained already. And yes, we do have 2 warnings, but if we are able to get out of DRS of everyone, we should be able to just take it a bit safe And as you can see, onto the end of lap 2 now, really close behind the guy in P1. We lifted, so we had a little bit more of a gap. We're not gonna go for the overtake yet though, because on lap 3, DRS will be enabled. And we want that DRS, so he can't go back past us again. So we're just gonna be waiting as he gets a really big snap. But once again, we still don't want to overtake him, because the DRS will just mean he passes us again. Especially with such a long straight as this one. As you can see, he goes really deep as well, compromising his exit. Which I really respect him for. He is not gonna be playing any DRS games. He just wants to go, 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 and I respect it. Into the slipstream. We're just gonna be opening the DRS now, and it's gonna be an easy move up into the lead. Even with a compromised setup. As you can hear Jensen say, the rain is predicted in 10 to 15 minutes, which means it's going to be hitting at the end of this Grand Prix. So it shouldn't really be that much of a problem. So we're just going to be trying to get our head down now. And we did. We kept our head down. We were out of DRS, won the sprint race. And it was an incredible result. As you can see, the same amount of points to Flume, because the fastest lap in the sprint race doesn't count. So we got the pole points back. And you can see rain in the middle of the Grand Prix expected. We decided to start on the mediums, since the difference in tires isn't really that big between the softs and mediums. So we're gonna try and just survive, not get taken out as we go really close to the wall. Now, behind Flume and Vojta. Jensen right behind, teammate of Flume. Want to be really careful that he doesn't get us, but once again Vojta lifts there. And I just don't get why, honestly. It's quite dangerous with this many people behind you, but Jensen is gonna look and for a move on the inside. We're just gonna be staying in the middle. And we're gonna go down the inside of Vojta, not really to attack, but more so to defend, so Jensen couldn't really go for the move down the inside, because we had no space to give. As you can see, Vojta really close to Flume now. Is he gonna go for it? Flume cuts him off, which compromises his exit a bit, but we're not gonna play any games. We're just gonna be sitting behind, not going for any silly moves. But we see the gap, and we're gonna absolutely send it around the outside. A bit of a moment, but we do have Vojta, or do we? Because he is on the outside and he has an incredible run since our run was so compromised. So we're going to be having to send it around the outside again, leave the space because he is still there. And that's a lovely position, and what a respect between me and Vojta, fighting each other a lot in F2 lately. Incredible driver, and yeah, a lot of respect shown there. Onto the back of Flume now. Can we stay in the slipstream and defend against Vojta? Because it's not just the DRS, it's the length of the straight. And as you can see, Vojta is gaining a lot. But as soon as he pulls out of the slipstream, he stops gaining and he realizes there's no point in going for this move. And he settles in behind. Really smart driving there. As you can see, onto lap 2 now. Behind Flume still. We're gonna see if we can get past him somehow, because we seem to be really quick. Right on his gearbox.
Let's make it a two-man fight.
I really want to make this a two-man fight, and Flume seems so we're gonna go for the move and see if we can get out of the DRS. As you can hear Jensen say, please fight, because he is scared.
Let's pull away from Vojta and that chaos behind.
Yeah, Jensen's wanting us to fight, so he would stay closer to us, but I said no. On to lap 5, because there was a lot of DRS swapping, and there is a safety car now.
That makes it weird then.
Which made it really difficult, because the rain was expected in 5 minutes time. But it was only one block, so I decided to pit for the softs.
I don't think it will stay wet for that long, since there was only one of those blocks, so I'm going soft.
It's such a risk. Okay, I'll just go soft then.
This feels so wrong.
As you can hear me say, this feels so wrong.
My teammate stayed out, let him through.
And we're gonna have to figure out if it was indeed the wrong decision or if it was the correct one. You could hear Jensen and Flume also followed our decision to go for the softs.
I don't know why it just
And we go out of the pit lane in P2. But as we cross onto the end of the safety car, the rain has arrived and we want to make this take as long as we can. But we try to make to catch Voita napping a little bit. He is on the soft still. Jensen and Flume decided to pit for the wets as soon as they saw rain. I decided to stick it out instead. Stay with my decision I made from the start. And as you can see, really struggling with the back end of the car right now. And a lot of wet weather, wet tire runners already in the top 5.
Who's this?
I only have 2 soft runners behind. Now I got only 1 soft runner behind as one of the wet drivers already got past into Eau Rouge. There's no way we're gonna be able to take this flat. So we're gonna have to lift and that's gonna cost us a lot of straight line speed. As one of the soft runners spun out, I think. As you can see, Voita really gaining a lot, but not close enough to go for the move. So we're gonna move back to the racing line. And we're just gonna have to be really careful here on these curves to not spin out, to not invalidate, to not get a warning. Just gonna have to go really careful. As you can see, Hapworth overtaking Voita like it's absolutely nothing, because this is treacherous. It's really hard to keep the car straight. As you can see, a moment on almost every single exit. And here as well, a bit of a moment. As you can see, Hapworth now on the inside. Gonna try and squeeze him a bit, but he backs out. And we're gonna go into this corner. We want to go for the apex, but we can't. We want to plant the power, but we can't. And Hapworth now on the outside. We're gonna just stay in the middle, make it awkward, because Ben was also gonna go down the inside. But we get tapped.
Pushed into him.
As you can hear me say, we got tapped into Hapworth by Ben behind, because we have so little grip and they have so much more.
Yeah,
and once again, we get tapped wide. And Ben is gonna go for the move down the inside. We cut the guy behind off, because there's no way we're gonna be letting him go. As you can see, we got a bit of slipstream, so we got a little bit more straight line speed.
Just keep bashing into each other because they're going slow. Like, you don't do that.
As you can hear Jensen complain about people driving into each other. We had a lot more straight line speed, but we just went for the bump draft on Ben, because there's no point fighting this anymore. We didn't really want to fight this, but now there is no power on the car, and all of a sudden there's a lot of power.
Did I hit you?
It's a built-in stability control, and it's horrible.
And then all of a sudden there's a shit on the power.
As you can hear me say, talk about it to Jensen. And now on this exit, you're gonna see it again.
It's just like completely stalled. And
Yeah,
then it just-
exactly.
As you can see, everyone is struggling with this. It's something with the F2 cars. It's really bad. When it rains and you're getting out of an hairpin or a really tight corner, the engine just does not work for some reason, and then all of a sudden, it works like crazy. But now, onto lap 10, start of lap 11.
Oh, rain's gone.
The rain has gone away.
My time to shine.
As you can hear, I'm really happy about that. It's my time to shine. We are still on the softs, and as you can see, we survived way better in the wet weather than those soft runners behind. Onto Ream Beast now, right in the slipstream, and right as we're gonna
hell yeah!
the
Free
DRS
position, baby.
activates, and it's gonna be a free position, as you can hear me say.
I'm coming for you, Flume.
Just amazing. As you can hear, I was gonna be gunning for Flume, the next guy up
You're
ahead.
gonna at least get Ben. He has a 6 second. So.
And as you can hear Jensen say, we're at least going to get Ben probably. Only 1.5 more laps to go. How far can we rise in this race? Can we even rise still? As you can see, we're gaining a lot on Flume right now. Through the right-hander, into the left-hander. As you can see, more and more cars up ahead. They're really starting to struggle with the tire temperatures now. And you can see we're just gaining a lot on Flume, especially through those kind of corners. They're really long and fast ones. We're gonna go around the outside. Can we make this stick? He's gotta squeeze us to the left, but we don't care. We just gotta send it around the outside, and we just have way more grip.
No.
That's us up into P5. Can we get more positions?
I'm right with it. So.
At the end of lap 12, can we do anything on the straight? Probably not
You're
with
basically in the lead now.
how good this slipstream is.
It is.
As you can hear me say, are you in the lead? Because I heard Hapworth had penalties, and so does Ben. So I only have to beat Nanu and Jensen on track. So I wanted to know if
3 seconds behind us.
I could get them. As you can see, 2 trains of 2 cars. What can we do here? You can see we're gaining a lot again in the corners.
Behind Ken already. Where we are.
As you can hear Jensen think a lot about what's going to happen. Into turn 1, we can brake way later, we have way more rotation, the advantage is only going more and more towards us. I was thinking about going maybe on the left here, but I decided that's going to be silly, so we should probably not do it, especially since Nanu cuts us off. But we don't care. We have way more momentum onto the hill, and Ben Huskins luckily moves over to the left and gives us slipstream. And we're just about going to go through the middle, 3 wide through the middle, brake way later into the apex. And yeah, we made it stick. Only 2 more people up ahead. Basically only Jensen since Hapworth has a penalty ahead. What can we do? We're gonna stay on board here. You can see how much they're struggling with grip.
I wouldn't really fight that hard.
Yeah. I remember that
Jensen
part,
told me he wasn't really gonna be fighting me, but of course he's going to be fighting me. He is fighting for the win here. It's only half a lap left. Can we still get Jensen before the line, or will Jensen win his first F2 race here? You can see how much more grip we have. It should be an easy move here, and you can see we're just gonna go for the switchback. Can we send it around the outside? Yes, we can, because Jensen has no more grip left, and he knows.
GG.
As you could hear, we said GG to each other, because that was basically the end of the race. There was nothing they could do. As you can see, we won again the sprint and the feature. So that's gonna be it. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.